from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. It's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Jags.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of a season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted. They'll give this up the middle to Portis. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. And the Jags get to it as down he goes. A.J. Epinesa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken right around the 44. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Watson's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The numbers for Jones a week ago. 5 catches, 53 yards. And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry. No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too. Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time. Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. On the ground, they go with Young. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. An inside give. Here's Portis. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run with Etienne. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Watson. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Watson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. Caught on the right side by Jones. Only a yard of the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the give, here's Portis. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. That catch, a pretty big one, Charles. Now 1,200 career catches.
The numbers that pile up, sometimes we get numb, sometimes we get immune, but 1,200, that gets your attention fully. Congratulations, phenomenal job, and I don't think he's slowing down yet.
I don't think so either. He makes it look easy, but this one not to be taken lightly. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They got to get to the 23 here on third. They'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And out of bounds right around the 20. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Drops this one off to Portis. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Snowhawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this, because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You've got to now plan for those legs as well as him throwing the football.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll go again with Etienne. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The offense on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Watson. Complete to Jones. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. He finds his man complete. That's Barrett. So nothing doing there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now it's Watson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll look to throw. There again is Cooks, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and 2. Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. Back to throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Dixon, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
They hand it off to Portis. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. This is Young on the carry. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. On the toss, this is Clinton Portis. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So on 4th down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that will knot us up at 10. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw, Watson. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. They'll try the air now with Watson. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And his kick here is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. Former number 1 overall pick Joe Burrow with a touchdown pass. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they trail in that one as that game's gone to halftime. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what...
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And some nifty footwork that time. It only amounts to a couple of yards, but could have been stopped before that. From the 27, Watson steps away to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Watson forced out to his left. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up fourth down. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Being chased out left. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Completes it to Dixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Back to throw here. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will stay a 4-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On first down, it's Watson. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. On 2nd and 10, Watson. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. To the air yet again, Watson. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And he missed it.
It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
To throw is Watson on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Watson on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now a throw here, hauled in. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Another tote for Etienne.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Steps away to his left.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Young.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter. Young. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They've now produced 3-yard gains on 3 straight plays. Leads us to 4th down. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Watson now to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Watson. And that is incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Portland's offense now about set to take over.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Second and 9 now. And that's complete to Cooks.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throw left side complete. That's Dixon. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 12-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount, because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Snowhawks add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Now the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Christian Harris. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They'll run on 1st down. Young. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
They'll run it here with Portis. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A run with Portis. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And Cooks has it over the middle. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Snowhawks extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the 30 on 2nd down, Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, Watson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. ETN bringing in another one. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And now they're in the hurry-up. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's Watson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here we go on fourth. Watson. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for our visitors, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.